Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sam, otherwise known as Function, and it is just brilliant to be back with some more Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever action. Just before we meet the players and the map, let me just ask if you are so inclined, click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the game, what you think about SubCom, what you think about life in general. But with that out of the way, let's meet the players. We've got Commander Adama playing Red Seraphim. We've casted Adama a couple times before, I think. Yeah, we have seen him before. And his opponent in Blue Cybran, Novdino. I'm going to call him Novdino. Maybe just Dino. Over on the left-hand side there. The map is Fields of Isis, an absolute classic in Supreme Commander. See, we've got these mountain ranges, 3 mountain ranges, 2 starting locations on either side, and in each of the gaps in this central mountain range, we've got a huge amount of mass. We've got, what is that, about 4.5k mass. So typically what you'll see is each player will start off their economy, and then we'll get to work on, with their commander, they will move their commander up and get to work on hoovering up some of that mass. Economy is really important on this map because it's so funneled, quite linear. It's very easy to defend yourself. You're not going to have enormous amounts of raiding parties all over the map. So economy is super important. Also, a ton of mechs points and, like I say, an enormous amount of mass to be reclaimed in all in one spot, nice and easy. So economy, really important. So you tend to see very skilled players who will be able to get an extremely vast economy on this map quite quickly. One of the biggest variances between players on a map like this is, excuse me, let me just cough. Like I was saying, one of the biggest differences between players on a map like this is how quickly they get their commander up into that center and reclaim that mass. So you can see Adama taking the initiative, going forwards first. One of the problems that I tend to have on this map is that I send my commander too early, and then I've got all this mass that I don't know what to do with. I don't have the build power or the energy production to make use of all that mass. So my commander's just sitting around looking a little bit stupid for a while. These players taking a little bit more time, being a little bit more careful, a bit more sensible than me. Got a bomber out from Dino. See what he manages to do with it. Spotted the commander. Pretty standard though. Has Adama spotted? He's not spotted these encroaching units there. Dino will have spotted some engineers, so potentially gonna. There we go. It's gonna take out 1 engineer there. No micro to save it. Second engineer gonna face 2 labs. Go pop immediately. Dino moving his commander out now. And Adama just sitting still with his commander. You can see he's floating a bunch of mass, doesn't have the build power to use all that mass, and a lot of build power going pop. 2 kills on that lab. I think it was just the 1 kill on the bomber. It may have been 2, but a 3rd kill on the labs. That's a lot of damage. That's really, really significant. So it's going to take a long time for Adama to get his economy off the ground. You can see he's ahead in total mass. So Dino going for those offensive units early on has hampered his economy, but I think he has paid for it. It's hampered Adama's economy more, possibly. Well, over the next few minutes, we'll see how it shakes out. You can see Adama ahead in total mass, but significantly behind in generated economy right now. First land-to-land combat that doesn't involve civilians. Mantis goes down there to the farms. I think a scout died there. It's called Selen. Yeah, I was going to call it Jensen. That's the that character from the first Iron Man movie. If anyone remembers that. Probably the best Marvel film, in my opinion. Iron Man 1. If you haven't watched that, oh, I can't possibly believe anyone hasn't watched it, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. It's a great film. Anyway, they're not called Jensens, they're called Selens. And they're all dead now. Just like Jensen. Spoilers. I am delirious. I'm recording a bunch of videos all in a row because I'm going to a different city for the weekend, so I won't be able to record. So I'm recording 3 or 4 videos all on the Todd, and I'm going to process them overnight and have them up scheduled on YouTube whenever I want. So I'm slightly losing my mind a little bit, I think. It's all worth it. Take another look at the econ. So Dino leaping ahead in total mass. Well, he's caught up and he's slightly ahead on total mass now, but he's really far ahead on generated econ now. Oh, what is that, 60% ahead on mass per tick. Quite difficult to see the mex points on my screen. I'm not sure how easy it is for you guys to see them, but the light green doesn't show up too well on the sandy profile of the Fields of Isis. Dino getting his commander forwards a little bit. It looks like he was on an attack mine. He's getting confused. You can see the signatures of the FAMs walking by, so he's decided to chase after them instead of reclaiming. Don't know if that's deliberate. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think he's fixed it now. I think it was an accident, but so he's not suffering. He's not stalling on mass, and he's got a decent amount of mass there still to collect. A little bit of a raid. This tends to happen. You build up your infrastructure over on one of your corners, and then the other one is a bit more vulnerable. You tend to see a lot of drops. I think we did see, I thought we saw a dropship earlier, and I forgot about it while I was ranting about something else. We see a dropship there. Not sure if it did anything, but that tends to be one of the tactics used. There we go, a big old dropship, but filled with engineers this time, unfortunately. Not quite as interesting, I'm afraid. Get that full of Zoos, get it in the backside here. Pick off some mexes. Later in the game, you can drop bricks and Perseus if you are playing EVF, but Othums, I suppose, in the case of the Seraphim. Drop those in the back, get some T2, even some T3 mexes. Dino moving his commander forwards again, taking those max points. Dharma a little bit slow to do the same. He's just sitting in place on a little reclaim mission. He's not going to go for these mexes, actually. Looks like he doesn't have the information that those mexes are available. It only takes 30 seconds for a T1 mex to pay for itself, so never a bad idea to send an engineer or a commander forwards to build a mex that you know is going to die soon, because it will technically be worth it. T2 land completed there for Dino. T2 land finished for Adama a few seconds after. I thought we were going to see the dropship do something slightly more interesting this time, but nope, it's just jumping up and down, as you do. Significant number of Mantis coming in now. No Medusa in the mix there. There's 40 Mantis there. There are some Medusa, 3 Medusa in the mix. Just in case there are any PD in the way. Engineers being airlifted out of the area, moving down here. Now that those Mantis have built up a defensive perimeter around these 3 mexes, engineers are going to be dropped in to build them up. And the commander taking damage now. No upgrades on that commander, no Veteran 2 points, so take about 20 tanks to kill him. The tanks not being overly coordinated, and you've actually got Bolshevas now coming in. Bolsheva's a fantastic unit, very expensive, but a really, really good all-round T2 unit. I've been I've been tentatively thinking of switching from maining UEF to going over to the dark side to the Seraphim. Willow won't be too happy about that, but oh well. Speaking of Willow, he just a quick shout out to him. He gave me a quick lesson earlier today on some camera tricks that you can use in your casting games. Should have probably done it when I was watching that bomber over there, but look out for that. I'll have to practice it, so it'll probably be a little bit rough around the edges the first couple of times, but yeah, anyway, thanks again, Willow. These Mantis being pretty effective at denying these three actually mexes. In fact, all of the mexes in outside the Adama's mountain range are unbuilt, which is quite surprising. A little bit of a drive-by with the Mantis there. I'm going to run into Ilsheviz eventually, but just causing a little bit of a distraction. We've got fantastic. We're seeing some dropships being used. We're actually seeing we've got a ferry location started. You don't see that too often, but Lobo's being right-clicked onto that transport beacon and will eventually be dropped over. But it's just T1 static anti-air. Not going to be able to kill that dropship in time. If they had killed it about 1.5 seconds earlier, I think it would have died with all of those troops on board, and they would have died along with it. T1 PD being rapidly built. So one T1 mech's going to go down. Possibly a second one. It's close, but nope. Just one T1 mech's there. I mean, it's a nice distraction, but not going to be hugely impactful in the grand scheme of things. The second one did go down here, I think, to some Mantis and an engineer that was moving in to build out these T2 mexes. These two T1 mexes got killed. So Ilsheviz really need to move forwards. Got Series doing their best, but engineers dodging. Good to see an upgrade go down to the gun comm now for Adama. We've got gun upgrade going down on Dino as well. Adama cannot see this turret installation, so we won't be able to make the best use of that extended range. Really needs to get a radar. I basically always build a radar here and a radar here. Get an engineer to go from the main base, build this, suck up this rock, and then build a radar. And then there's 2 rocks down here. Build this, suck up the 2 rocks, and build another radar. Really nice, useful place. So you can see Dino has done exactly that. Hasn't got the rocks. Not an insignificant amount of mass, to be honest, in those rocks, but either way. Got Guncom defending against the Ilsheviz now. Like I said, about 400 mass, it's 300 mass, sorry, in each of these Ilsheviz, so they're not cheap. And if you do just bash them headlong into a set of T1 PDs, they will not, you won't get the best use out of them. So it looks like Adama went forward and spotted this T1 PD, stepped back out of range, and then destroyed it from range. But Cerberus is going up now. Those will outrange the commander, I believe. No overcharges as yet. Medusa Fire coming down. The Medusa, the only T1 mobile RT with a stun function on their shells, but the commander cannot be stunned, so not the most useful in this case. Cerberus goes down. Second one never got built. Didn't even get about 30% built, I don't think. Rhino's backing off. Again, I don't think I've seen any overcharges. Do we have? We do have overcharge available. I expect to see an overcharge go into one of these Rhinos, surely. Nope. I'll let them off scot-free. It's going to continue forwards. I would get the commander down, or at least get the Ilsheviz down and destroy these factories and mexes get some engineers forwards. I generally like to build a factory or two over here. If I'm in an extra good position, I'll build one up here, just so you can get engineers in the area nice and quickly. We do have a T2 engineer moving forwards. See what he's going to get done. He's on a reclaim mission for now, but presumably going to build those mexes eventually. Got a significant number of interceptors for both players now. T3 land upgrade started for Adama. Take a quick look at the economy, so pretty much neck and neck. Only about 4% in it. But Adama is very much ahead on generated eco. Is that? Yeah, so I think I would expect these total mass counts to get further apart over the next few minutes because Adama's economy is so much stronger. Yeah, you can see there it's 30 mass per tick higher. It's really, really significant. Huge number of Vilshavers going forwards to the top now. Can they outrange T1 PD? Looks like no. Interesting. So there's looks like almost exactly the same range, but Seraphim, very strong faction. I honestly think they are the strongest faction in the current state of the game. Their main sort of general drawback is that they have a much smaller number of units to call upon. They have a much less varied unit roster. So in terms of T2 units, the Ilshavers, all they've really got, I don't think they have sort of the equivalent of Mongoose. Take a look at the T2 units. Oh, they've got a hover tank. You never see Enzines. I completely forgot about them. They do have the missile launchers, but they don't have a proper equivalent of Mongoose that can outrange a T1 PD effectively. I believe the Seraphim only have access to 2 T2 naval units. Maybe it's T3 that they only have 2. They have the T3 carrier and the T3 sub hunter, I believe. Slightly reduced unit roster for the Seraphim. Not able to get those niche, sort of min-max strategies, but very good in situations where you need one unit to do a lot of different things. So Ilshavir is very strong. High movement speed, high hit points, high DPS. What more could you ask for? Looks like the secondary expansion areas for both players remaining pretty safe. Earlier on we did see a couple of raids on a drop, get a couple of mexes, but nothing more significant than that. We've got TMD for Adama. Don't see any TMD for Dino. We've got it in the main base. We've got a single one, a Zapper. The Zapper, I think the most effective TMD there is. The Yithisatha, the Seraphim TMD, also pretty good, but much better certainly than the Aeon and UEF equivalents. And we see our first T3 unit on the field. We built an engineer over here, T3 engineer, but we've got 2 Othams out on the field. Do we see? We've got T3 land actually completed. We don't see T3 air. So I think earlier I said that, oh no, maybe they finished T2 land at almost exactly the same time, but ignore everything I'm saying. Something much more interesting has happened. Just after I say those secondary expansion points are being left alone, 2 T2 mexes go down, and 2 two T2 power generators swiftly follow. It's extremely effective use of the Revenant, that T3 Cybran bomber there. We've got another one out on the field. The bombers, they don't have to directly target a structure or any unit, they can target the ground. So you can target in between two mexes and it'll be able to kill both of them with one shot, as long as they're only T2. See, another T2 P-Gen goes down. Not stalling, I think he might have paused something or just redirected those engineers. See some mostly T2 units over here trying to siege Adama's base, capitalize on the pressure produced by those T3 bombers. Another T2 mech has gone down. These two are too far apart to be sort of AoE killed by those T3 bombers, so just one will be able to kill there. I'm gonna see, no, so just a regular target strike there. I think these ones are too far away to be one shot by a single bomb. 3 strap bombs out in the field. Do we see any ASFs? Well, I mean, he doesn't really have the power for it, does he? Yeah, those air factories paused. The only thing that Adama has available to him are the mobile flak units. The Seraphim do have access to the lightning tank, a fantastic T3 anti-air unit. So we may make use of those. T1 bomber taking inspiration from its T3 cousins. I helped, says the T1 bomber. I helped. I loosened it for you. Strap bomber gets, what was that? 5, 6 pushovers in a single pass. And another T2 mech goes down. Another one! Bloody hell, he's making fantastic use out of that bomber. 2 vet points. I didn't see what the number was. High number of kills there. A lot of kills on this one as well. So you can see Adama was very much pulling ahead in terms of mass, but didn't put enough thought into the air game, and Dino punished him for it. ISIS is a pretty classic map for that kind of thing to happen, because, like I say, everything's so linear, easily defendable. Things, you know, you can tech up to T3 basically whenever you want. If your opponent doesn't do it at the same time, you've got a gap in which you have T3 and they don't. And in the air, that's just an enormous difference. I mean, can't even see any SAM sites being produced, just T1 static anti-air. We've got one SAM site in the main base here, a T3 power generator being produced. Looks like it does have power for it now. We've got a shield generator, it's currently paused. The Seraphim have the best static shield generators as far as I'm aware. I think they have 21k hit points on the T3 version. Very wide bubble as well, so really, really good structures. Decent number of Othims out, and a lot of Ayashivas, and a couple of lightning tanks now as well for Adama. So identifying the threat, adapting, and countering his opponent. We've got some building up to do. I think with those Othims that we're rolling off, Adama could easily have produced a significant amount of pressure over these next few minutes, but because of those strap bombers, that pressure has very much been eased off. The wind taken out of his sails a little bit. Bringing the commander forwards though. His lightning tanks can fire against land units, as you can see. Often taking the brunt of a whole bunch of rhinos plus some Cerberus turrets as well. It goes down to 40 hit points. This commander here, oh, nice overcharge, gets 4 rhinos, fantastic. Adama using that commander very effectively. Commander Adama's commander. Say that 5 times fast. The Othims getting picked off by the Cerberuses now though. Possibly would like to see some sniper bots. Strat bombers coming in overhead, one-shotting all of those units, and not enough of them to kill the strat bombers before they can get to work on the commander. Just 9,000 hit points left on this commander. He does have a 4th rank of veterancy now, so got some health back. Actually pulling those strat bombers away, that surprises me. They are on low health, I suppose, and there are enough interceptors that could kill them. These guys, I think, are actually, yeah, they're bingo on fuel. But even those guys could eventually kill the strat bombers, and probably before the they could kill that enemy comm. Damn it. Ahead once again in eco. You still got these 2 semi-core mexes that are unbuilt, not ideal. Let's see. We still don't see any T3 air. That surprises me. Got a couple of T2 dropships. So let's see what he does with those. No Zoes that I can see, so probably just going to drop Othums. Maybe some lightning tanks as well. And those strat bombers going to the air staging facility. Air staging facility is another severely underused unit. Look at that. For free. Absolutely for free. That bomber just gets immediately healed. Actually, I'm not sure it is for free. Hold on. I'll have to see next time a plane goes down and see if there's any power usage or mass usage, but it's very cheap. Ah, there we go. The commander getting out of dodge. He's realised he's in a precarious spot, so Adama pulling him out. It's actually fairly dangerous. If ASFs had been in the area, then that commander would have gone pop instantly. Air HQ started now, finally. T3 version for Adama. Those Othums and lightning tanks have been repelled. A couple of trebuchets, the T3 mobile artillery. We've got tactical missile launcher as well for Dino. Just the one. It's got 4 shots in it. Doesn't have any. You know, it's got 1 kill so far. So probably killed this Mex or maybe this one. But we've got TMD in the base. So we'll have to stack up a few of them, 3 or 4 I think, to be able to kill any of those mexes in that expansion net. Still not a lot of anti-air. There's 1 SAM in the area. Another SAM actually, so I think these strat bombers, they could easily kill these 2 mexes again, probably get another one. They could, just one bomber can get both of these mexes with 1 pass, and the second one can get a 3rd mex with its own pass. But electing to keep them behind for now. A little bit of a run by, only engineers in the area. T3. T3 engineers, deceptively expensive I think. It's a lot of build power. Let's see how expensive they are. Well, 300 mass. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, not at all. 2 dropships laden with Othams. That's 8 Othams. About to drop into the back of Dino's base. Get some retribution for the pain being caused up here. We've got T2 point defense and a big T2 push coming in now. There's some bricks to back them up. Some trebuchets as well. So those guys looking like they're going to creep forwards. What an absolute ton of engineers here. Identifying threat, rapidly building out T1 PDs. There's a few Cerberuses in the area already. Very low DPS on those Cerberuses. Bunch of T3 mexes, but those bombers coming overhead, just so useful. So useful. Second drop gets off. Looks like a T2 mex going to go down. I really like to see the micro come down. You're not going to be able to kill all of these engineers before the strat bombers and PDs kill the Othum, so just get to work on T3 mexes. If you kill one mex, then you know it's a minor win. Possibly not worth 8 Othums, but certainly better than nothing, which is what we're just going to get otherwise. But it's actually avoiding all that PD, just going somewhere else. He does eat 2 bombs right in the face, and we'll go down. Looks like some more drops being prepared. You can hear some tactical missiles being launched. Don't know where from. This one has still only got the 1 kill. Here it is. Next kill there. These Othums, they're going all the way. They're not going to defend. Yes, they're not actually defending the base. This is a ferry point. The Othums and lightning. Oh no, sorry. Mobile flat cannons are making use of. And where did those drops go? Did they go off the edge of the screen? They did. There we go. Oh, you don't want to stop there. Definitely don't want to stop there with ASFs in the way. That dropship was on low HP, so it goes down instantly, and then this one gonna fall as well. Potentially, just one more shot will kill it. It's only on 25 hit points. There we go, comes in. Third ASF to finish the job, but significant number of ASFs now. Dino took his foot off the gas pedal in terms of air production, so not a lot of air units. Still on those hero bombers that have been here for a while. 40 odd kills between them, and Bricks and Co moving in 1-to-1. I think a brick will kill an Othum. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, a lot more hit points on the Bricks. More hit points is more good. That's what I always say. But too many Othums in the area. Unfortunately, you've got a T2 PD and a T1 PD now in range. So Brick not going to be able to get too much done. Max has gone down, but an engineer just going straight for the T3 build. Fair enough. Let's slow down now a little bit. I'm going to speed the simulation up. YOLO has been started. Over here, sorry. Bloody hell, that's expensive. Experimental nuke launcher. And he's starting a Thojo at the same time. Oh, he's actually reclaiming that YOLO. Yolona Os. Building a chicken instead. Definitely what I would recommend. I wonder if that YOLO was a misclick or something. Going for the chicken instead. Take a look at the economies. Total mass similar, about 16-17k ahead for Adama and 40k per tick ahead. Oh, and those actually even out, so pretty even now on generated economy. Take a look at Reclaim. Adama getting about 4k more, but not super significant. Really selling into this lull. I can't remember if I said, but the reason I'm so tired in a minute is that I went climbing for about 2 hours this morning. I barely got any sleep last night as well, so I'm a little bit exhausted. So that chicken gets built. If you guys haven't tried indoor rock climbing, I would highly recommend it. It's basically the only sport I found that I actually enjoy doing, and it just so happens to be exercise at the same time, so not bad. A lot of max points that Adama is electing not to build on. Actually, just I say that, those engineers are walking over now. So that chicken, 25k mass, standing around doing absolutely nothing. And in the meantime, Dino has started work on a megalith. Megalith will definitely kill a chicken 1-to-1. It outranges it, out DPSs it, and out hit points it. A bunch of engineers in jeopardy here. They are being pulled back. Bricks sort of fainting forwards. Has he seen? He has not seen the chicken. So we will see what happens here. Spot the chicken now. Bricks weathering the storm, but eventually going to go down. Oh, that's a good look. Well, not with all the glitching crap going on, but that's weird. I wonder what's causing that. Don't stop, keep going before the megalith gets done. 40%, 45% done on that megalith. The Ethota is 50% of the way there. Do the math. You can get some damage done. Destroy this firebase at least, please. Got all your Othuns in position. There's no more defenses to be called on. No more reinforcements, excuse me. Just get the chicken moving, come on. There it goes. Hop. Oh, I missed with that one. That's a shame. Just extremely effective using Ethota. It's AoE and single target, high DPS goodness. 70k hit points on that thing. Not too shabby. Oh, the megalith is going to get done before he gets there though. I don't know what Adama's trying to do with this guy. Two Othuns go down. ASS get diverted. Oh, the Stroud bombers just baiting ASFs into the Sandfire. A couple of ASFs go down, but not too bad. Megalith finished now. See what he gets done with that. And the chicken has killed a few bricks. Well, actually, it's got 76 kills. That's not bad. That's not bad. 20k mass killed. How expensive is a chicken? Let's take a gander. 26k mass as I try and get my words out. Down to 35 hit points. A lot of damage. Every shot on those. And that megalith. Pathing, says Adama. It's T3 max. It's going to go down eventually. It's actually out of range of the megalith now. The megalith needs to start walking forwards. Oh, did stay in range. It just switched target priorities or something, but nice there, the mass dump there. 18k, and the Ion Storm can kill the Othuns and not a whole lot else. So not the best use of a chicken that I've ever seen from Adama there, unfortunately. And now you've got a full health crab with a 1 rack Confederacy for killing that chicken. Speed it up while the crab lumbers forwards. This Ion Storm looking very exciting, but not really getting much done. And the Monkey Lord actually finished as well. Monkey Lord, the cheapest land experimental. As you all know, if you pay attention to any of the tooltips that come up in the loading screen occasionally. Very high DPS on the Monkey Lord, surprisingly. It is very cheap, but very, very high DPS with that microwave laser. We've got a second chicken coming across now. A chicken will 1v1 a Monkey Lord effectively, because the Monkey Lord has so few hit points and has such short range, but certainly worth it for the mass that it costs. Chicken destroying this firebase, paving the way. Othuns and Athanas, T3 mobile shield generators that the Seraphim have access to. So is it. Chicken is such a cool unit. I love that it can focus on multiple things at once. I wish I could do that. Use your split screen, people are saying right now. I don't want to. Too lazy. Third Ethota finished now. Megalith gets in range of some of the structures here. What the F has happened to that Monkey Lord? It's just sitting in base. T4 point defense, I respect it. Chicken has to get all the way around this this corner and will be in range of the Monkey Lord plus brick assistance. Let's actually make some use of this split screen. Oh yeah, I had this weird, what do you call it? Oh, actually, I'm going to turn that off because I don't like the cartographic map. I need to shift the options. We've got a second Megalith being built now. So another Ethota about to do basically nothing. Look at the DPS on that guy. Absolutely shredded that off him. It's about to get in range. Look. It does so much damage. Oh my god. So cheap, so much damage. It's third Ethota, fourth one halfway complete. YOLO, sitting on 33 hit points. And Awasa started. Asswasher. I learned that from the Duelist. Awasa, quite really cool, the Asswasher, I love it. This missile launcher did a whole lot of nothing. It's got 4 kills, 1500 mass killed. Not the best use of a TML that I've ever seen, but let's get back to the giant robots fighting each other. Oh, that is a good shot right there. 2 Ethotas in the background, a bunch of bricks following up behind the massive arse of the Megalith as it lumbers forwards. Megalith, like the Fat Boy, can actually produce units, I think. I think it can produce either a brick or a loyalist. Oh no, it can produce bouncers, engineers, bricks, or trebuchets. Monkey Lord moving forwards now, 35 hit points per second, moving back onto that experimental. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Do we have any nukes? Got nuke defense loaded, and we've got T3 arty started for Dino there. Sniper bots, definitely one of the best ways to counter a Megalith. Well, actually I don't know if that's true. I can never remember if a sniper bot outranges a Megalith, but I know for sure that a Megalith can't shoot backwards, so Dino has just figured that out. He's turned the Megalith around, and with the help of all of these bricks, make light work of that encroaching chicken bot. Oh, and the lightning storm. Or the ion storm. Getting some damage on both friendly and not so friendly forces. Engineers coming across to try and suck up that wreck. Oh no, don't get in range of the ion storm. Engineers, you have so much to live for. Oh, just decimating the ranks of sniper bots. Just 700 hit points on those sniper bots. That is tragic. Awasa almost done. There it goes. But we've got a second Megalith coming in from the north now, and very unhealthy looking chicken bot. The Megalith again walking away. You can force the Megalith to walk backwards if you micro it effectively. It goes quite slowly, but it can move backwards and shoot at the same time. So it's worth doing sometimes if you've got the APMs to do it. Awasa comes across. I would honestly prefer to just see the Awasa. It's a few units, but I prefer to see that guy just be used defensively, destroy these Megaliths as they come in, and in the meantime suck up a bunch of these T4 and T3 wrecks. But oh god! Second bomb comes out from that Awasa and just decimates the T3 just as it completed. I don't think he even got to fire a single shell. It was alive for about 3 seconds, and then pop goes the weasel. A third bomb coming across. Micro not enough. Oh, and that bomb used perfectly there. Dino just clipping the edge of it. And he does go down. Almost 100k mass killed by that bomber. Gonna get another one? No. Would have been nice to see it take over to 100k, but anyway, there we go. That all happened quite fast. I was very surprised at that. Doesn't matter how many hit points a shield has, it will always completely stop one Awasa bomb. The Awasa will decimate the shield instantly, but the bomb will be voided, disappeared, magicked away by the shield. So I'm surprised that Dino died despite the fact that he was nearby so many large shields, but oh well. I suspect, oh it's close actually, all of that damage done by that Awasa. Dino could have avoided the snipe on the comm, but I don't think he could have avoided all of those T3 mexes going down, and I'm not sure those megaliths would have been able to do too much in time. Again, it's hard to say. 2 megaliths can do a lot of work. They would have been able to kill this Ethota. Next Ethota, not quite done. Not a whole lot of sniper bots and Othums in the area, not a lot of point defense. I think those megaliths should have just continued forward, honestly. I'm not sure why they didn't, but anyway. A rare use of the Awasa effectively. You tend to see it do not a whole lot of anything and then get one shot by ASFs. But not enough ASFs, not enough SAM sites there for Dino, so it does go pop. Anyway, if you're still watching, I would love for you to click that subscribe button, click the like button, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think these players should have done differently. How could Dino possibly have avoided defeat there? He was down by about 10% on total mass. Not insurmountable, so certainly still in the game, but unfortunately got sniped. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.